Mike Radich here, and I'm now joined on the phone by MMA Veteran Jesse Taylor. Jesse, how are you?
Doing good.
Jesse, you got a fight coming up at Superior Cage Combat 4 against Terry Martin. It's a short notice fight. I'm curious, were you training for another fight when you got this call, or were you just training to stay in shape? What exactly was going on?
I'm always training, always working out. I've done a lot of short notice fights in my day, so I'm pretty used to it. But this time around, I have a real good head on my shoulders and was training. And it was just a very good fight for me, fast notice fight for him as well. So a very good opportunity and wanted to take advantage of it.
I heard about this fight earlier today actually. When did you get the call saying that they needed someone to fill in?
I got the call about last week, last Wednesday to be exact. And like I said, they just announced that they're official today, or yesterday, actually.
Now, your opponent, Terry Martin, he's fought all over the world. He's fought in the UFC. He's got a lot of experience. What are your thoughts about him as an opponent?
Terry's definitely a tough guy. He's no slouch. I think we're kind of similar fighters, and we've, like you said, we've both been all over the world and been fighting all over the place and fought the who's who of MMA. And I think actually what happened is kind of materialized last minute. I think it's the best fight on the card in my opinion. But he's a tough guy, real tough guy, and I'm ready. I train with the best guys in the world. I'm ready to smash the tough guy. So I'm ready.
A lot of people question his chin. You look at his record, 7 of his 9 losses have all come by knockout. Is that something you're looking to test, his chin, early and often?
Exactly. I want to be. I don't want to give away too much of the game plan, but I want to test that chin. Of course, I'm a wrestler, but I want to hit him. I want to hit him pretty hard, and I want to test that chin out throughout the whole fight, and hopefully catch him. A lot of fakes and a lot of setups to that shot, but I want to definitely test that chin.
Your last fight was against Mamed Kalvanov in KSW in Poland. You also took that fight on short notice. What are you doing differently for this short notice fight as opposed to last time? What did you learn from that last fight? Because it wasn't your best performance. Just my personal opinion.
Sure.
Whatever it's,
It definitely wasn't. I'm not one to make excuses. He's a tough guy, but you fight. That was a 4-day notice fight. I done on a Sunday, even faster notice fight. And I wasn't training really, so I kind of learned always stay ready. You don't have to get ready, but you're always staying ready. So and also, it's way over in Poland. That kind of messed with my head a little bit. So this fight, it's local pretty much, San Diego, Las Vegas, so it's not too far away at all. Plus I've been training the whole time. I'm hungry. I'm a little pissed about my last performance. So I'm just really happy. I can't wait to get back in there and let it all out.
You had a good win streak going, and then you kind of not fell off a little, but you had the loss to Hector Lombard, and now you're lost in your last fight. What do you think you have to do to get back on the winning track?
I just got to get my head on straight and pretty much just keep plugging away. I think, with both those fights, Hector and Mamed played off. They're both, high-level guys, but now I know what it takes to beat those guys. And, like I said, it's got to have with the right mentality, my head on straight, and a good game plan. Can't get away from that. I think I'm going to be a first direct one. Plus, fighting those guys, sucks losing to them, but I definitely a little bit of their soul too. I learned a lot from them, so I think it's going to make me that much of a better fighter.
I read somewhere on the internet a while back, it was something about you signing with Bellator. Have you ever been in contact with Bellator or anything? Because I saw a rumor a while ago saying you were going to be in their middleweight tournament. What exactly happened with them? Was there ever any contact with them at all? Because I haven't seen anything for a while now.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. My buddy I trained with, Sam Alvey, ex-Bellator guy, he brought that up. I heard you in the Bellator tournament at practice one day. I said, well, what? I never knew a thing about it. I know we've talked to him before. Personally, I don't know what the deal is with me. I don't know why I haven't been in their tournaments yet, either at middleweight or welterweight. They could do that weight as well. I don't know if that's something against me or what, but I think I could do very well there. I definitely win it. I'd love to have a rematch with Hector as well, but I really don't know where that rumor came from. No, I never was in contact with him. So, just hearsay.
Does the tournament format interest you? Because you become a lot more active because 3 fights if you continue to win in the tournament. Is that something that would be a good sell point for you, being in a tournament where you would know when you're going to fight and be active?
Exactly. I love staying active. You look at my win streaks too. It's when I'm active nonstop is when I'm the best. And just like the Ultimate Fighter show as well, kind of a tournament format. That's when I perform my best. I think I just do very well in the tournament because the more active, the more active you are, you can kind of get the momentum carrying with you. And I like tournament style. I like that, kind of those fights. And I think the more times you fight, quickly, depending on who you are, you can do better and take advantage of it.
This fight with Terry Martin, what weight is it going to be at? Is it going to be 185, 170, a catch weight? What exactly is the weight it's going to be fight at?
It's going to be middleweight. Recently, actually, I decided to go down to welterweight. This fight came up, and I'm like, I'll do this one. He's done welterweight before as well, so I felt that was fine, So this one's going to be at middleweight.
What exactly is your weight right now? Are you on track to be on target?
Yeah, when I fight middleweight, it's nice because I literally don't cut weight. I mean, I'm like 190, 195. I miss a meal, just train pretty hard, and I'm pretty much right on weight. I don't have to cut a thing, which is nice, and I still feel strong and good at middleweight. Sometimes, though, I'm just fighting very big guys, so that's why I decided, to try 70 that weight. But I'm very comfortable at middleweight as well.
You fought one fight at 205. When you're fighting on these local shows, the smaller shows, the regional circuit, whatever you want to call it, is it just you take whatever weight they give to you? If you're coming on short notice, does it not matter to you what weight it's going to be at, just as long as you're fighting? Because you said you wanted to stay active a lot.
Yeah, it really depends. It depends on the matchup, but at the same time, I got the old school mentality. I think it matters these weight classes, but you have the like Bruce Lee, these old school martial artists, and their mentality. It's like anybody, anywhere, anytime, and I've kind of done that. Not always the smartest, but I've done that throughout my career. Now it's a time where to go weight class that's the most optimum for you. So I'm trying to get away from that, but I don't mind fighting bigger guys.
What happened with the MFC? Because I believe in the last fight you had with them, you beat Tom Watson, who's one of the top middleweights that's outside the UFC. What happened exactly with them?
I really don't know Watson. Yeah, Watson was definitely a tough fight, tough guy, and a good win for me. I think I just, there's no bad blood or anything. I just think I just got another fight offer and went there. Mark and MFC never really offered me a fight again. I don't know why or what, but there's always that possibility of me being a free agent to go back. So I'm sure that bridge isn't burnt, but kind of just doing my own thing. I just don't really know what happened there.
The Japanese MMA scene is not what it once was, but is there a possibility that you could go back to Dream, maybe? You fought there once?
Yeah. Dream, too. Some of these shows, I think it's just a matter of... I actually got a new manager now. My old manager was awesome. He's done very well for me, but I think the only problem sometimes is we just didn't follow up, I do well, we just don't follow up. And my new manager is kind of more on the ball with that kind of stuff, so I'm sure he'd follow up with that, and there's definitely a possibility of me going back to Dream. Plus, fighting in Japan, out of all the places I've fought, it's probably my favorite place I've ever fought at. Very cool place to fight.
I know you have to worry about Terry Martin, that's going to be your next fight, but is there anyone else that's on your radar?
I want to fight whoever's going to get me back in the UFC. I get this question. I want to fight the best guys outside. I think I've obviously proved that. I try to take out all the top guys outside the UFC, even guys I think could do very well in the UFC. I want the best guys, to prove that I belong there. To even eventually be contender status. So I just want the best guys. That's pretty much. And Terry Martin, he's right up there with him. He's a good top free agent, been around. But he's still a real tough guy.
What exactly is your relationship with the people at the UFC? Is it better than it once was? What exactly is your relationship currently? Are you good? Are you medium? Are you bad? Where do you stand with them? Do you know?
It's actually really good. It was definitely, bad for a while, but the last couple of years, it's been really good. It was actually my fault. I had a couple of win streaks in the past, and we just never reached out. It was kind of just, I don't know why, my fault, and just manager mistakes. So we never really reached out to them. We recently reached out to them. It was actually after an Lombard fight, and they're very interested. But, I took that fast notice Poland fight, kind of screwed myself, but if I never took that fight, pretty much they would have had me back in there. So, that's kind of a letdown. But I'm sure if I go on a win streak here, I'll be back. Me and Dana are cool. It's just with Joe Silva, you got to just, doesn't really matter who, you just got to get, a little win streak going, and I'll be back.
There's a bunch of guys that are top guys that are, currently free agents or guys who are fighting here and there. Kendall Grove, one of them, he's going to be fighting on the same card that you will be. Anthony Johnson just recently got released. Any of those guys interest you?
Oh, yeah, very much so. I'm very excited about both those fights, actually. Again, I went down to welterweight, and I think it was good, but those are fights where I feel confident I can do well at the middleweight. So, to tell you the truth, I was kind of bummed I wasn't the main event for this show. And when I heard about it, I'm like, man, why aren't I the main event fighting Kendall Grove, or I don't even know who he's fighting.
Jay Silva.
But it's like, it's like, why have I earned my place to fight these guys? So I was kind of bummed out, but the fight that materialized for me and Terry, I'm very excited for. But those fights I'm very interested in.
With Superior Cage Combat, is this just a one-fight deal, or could it potentially turn into something else?
I'm sure if I perform well, they'll have me back. That's kind of what they're saying, which is always an option. But at the same time, I want to keep busy and get the most wins the fastest way possible back to the big show. So we kind of see where it takes me. But that's always an option to come back to Superior Cage Combat.
How many fights do you want to take in 2012?
The more the merrier. You look at my record in 2009, I'll go to a nice win streak. Plus, 2010, I got a pretty good one. Honestly, when I'm fighting more, I do quite well. So I think when I'm busy, I just for some reason fight better. I get going nicely. When I take these breaks, I know tougher opponents get a big training camp for, which I like too, but I don't perform as well. So the more I fight, the better I do.
Do you have a prediction for your fight with Terry Martin?
I'm going to finish it. I don't want to go to the judges at all. Even if I dominate them and it goes to decision, I won't really be happy. I'm looking to prove something and get the respect. I've been doing this for a while now, and it's like, what else do I have to do to get the respect I deserve? So I gotta finish them. My prediction is I'm going to finish them, KO, TKO, or submission, but I will finish them.
Jesse, real quick before I let you go, do you have any sponsors you'd like to thank? Anything you want to say to the fans?
I want to thank the fans and the people that kind of stuck with me. A lot of people, count me out. I definitely have a roller coaster kind of, career, high highs, some low lows. But I just want to thank the people that stuck with me on my side. That have never given up with me. Team Quest, Dan Henderson, my new manager Juan Sanchez, and the sponsors that stick with me, and of course the ones that pay me. That always helps. But just all the people that still stick with me and haven't given up on me. That means a lot to me.
Jesse, thank you for taking the time to talk. I really appreciate it. Good luck at Superior Cage Combat 4 against Terry Martin.
Cool, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.